We are talking with Samantha Skobel. This is in relation to Jewish Disability Awareness and Inclusion Month, and this year JRS is focusing on employment of people with disabilities. And so, Samantha, I'm wondering if you can tell us about your jobs. I know you have more than one. Tell us, where do you work and what do you do?
Yeah, so I currently am a online tutor with Varsity Tutors. I started doing that right about at the beginning of the pandemic when online jobs became more necessary and online tutoring became more necessary. It was a really good thing to switch into because a lot of students needed a lot of help online and working with organization online. So I started doing that. And I am a dance teacher at Cynthia's School of Dance. And I'm also working on getting a master's degree in education. I have one more class, and then I'll be doing my student teaching in the fall.
Great. You must be a very busy person.
Most of the time.
So can you tell us how you think your disability has influenced your work or your choice of work?
It has quite a bit, actually. So I have epilepsy, and I have only had epilepsy since February of 2018. So I had my first seizure February 7th of 2018. And at that time, I was in a PhD program for neuroscience. So I thought that I was going to be a neurobiologist. I thought that I was going to be doing research on neurobiology and a microscope for the rest of my life. And actually, for a number of reasons, both interest-based and unfortunately support-based from the program, my life sort of changed paths. And I found that teaching ended up being a route that was so much more suited to what I wanted to do. And I find that I am able to really effectively use some of the things that I've learned in working with kids who have epilepsy and other disabilities, and other kids as well. And it's been a really great experience and changed a lot of things in my life, actually.
That's great to hear. Are there resources that exist that you've made use of to overcome any challenges you've encountered?
Certainly. I think that that's been one of the great things about Clarion. So I'm getting my master's at Clarion, and I will say that while I was unfortunate in some of my past interactions in other educational situations, at Clarion, I've found that my biggest thing that has been helpful is one-on-one interaction, just saying I'm not totally sure what this is. I'm not sure what to do here. And people have been incredibly helpful.
A good segue to that would be, what advice would you give to someone else with a disability who's in a job or looking for a job and encountering challenges in doing that?
I would say the biggest thing for me has been, ask the question, whatever it is, right? It's going to be better to have the question asked. And if the situation is not a supportive situation, it's not the situation that you're going to want to be in, right? It's better to ask the question, and then you're going to get the support that you need, or you're going to get out of the unsupportive situation.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So what would you like employers to know about employing people with disabilities?
A, it's important to employ people with disabilities, but B, that it's important to not fall into that trap of over specializing people with disabilities, right? People with disabilities are people and they're special because they're people. Any other person is going to have skills, is going to have strengths, and is going to have weaknesses. People with disabilities are going to have strengths, they're going to have weaknesses. And just like any other person, you're going to have to work with their strengths and you're going to have to work with their weaknesses, and you're going to have to work with their schedule, and you're going to have to work with their time off, and you're going to have to work with their time on. And I think that in employing a person with a disability, it is to your benefit to do, because it is going to strengthen your community, in that it's just another element of, you know, community, another layer of diversity to your community. And I think that there's nothing inherently different or bad about, you know, just another person, right?
Absolutely. Well, thanks again. It's really great to have the perspective of someone who has lived experience with this, and we appreciate your taking the time to talk to us today.